Hi, I'm Kirsten, and goodness me, have we got a very, very special guest about to speak to us. It's a gentleman that needs absolutely no introduction. It's the face of Cornwall. It's Tom Magnier. Tom, a very good afternoon to you. How are you?
Very good, thanks. Thanks for having me on.
It's an absolute pleasure. Of course, welcome back to Sydney. You've kicked off the day with a win at Rose Hill Racecourse. So firstly, congratulations. But that isn't why we've got you here. Of course, we're looking forward to the Epsom Derby tonight. And it's a very, very special race for you, not just because of the affiliation that it has with Ballydoyle, but of course the impact that it has on the racing industry. Of course, in 2001, was it? The Galileo got the job done.
So yeah, Galileo, when he won in 2001, we watched that race back now and it really gives you goosebumps. The way Mick Cannan came down the hill and just hit the front, it was a phenomenal win. And what Galileo has gone on to do in the breeding barn is amazing. You know, you look at Frankel and Churchill and all the various things. He's just been he's probably the greatest stallion that ever lived, Galileo. And I believe that he'll feature in pedigrees for generations to come. So we were delighted to be associated with him.
Absolutely, and he's had an impact worldwide, and a horse that's had a specific impact on Australian racing is Nijinsky. Now, tell us this story. You were telling the producer off air of what a huge impact he's had. Of course, Australians are very, very fond of our lovely mare Winks.
Well, I suppose Auguste Rodin, should he, if the dream came true and Auguste Rodin was to win the Derby, the chat with the team is that we'd go and try and win the Triple Crown. With him, this colt by Deep Impact out of Rhododendron, who was herself second in the Oaks. We'd go and try and win the Triple Crown. The last time that happened was in the 60s with Nijinsky. And I suppose, Nijinsky was an unbelievable horse. And my grandfather, Vincent O'Brien, was sent over by Sir Charles Inglehart, who was the Platinum King, over to Canada to have a look at a colt by Rebo. And he didn't much like that one, but he really liked this colt by Northern Dancer. And that turned out to be Nijinsky. And what Northern Dancer did from then on was amazing. And, Northern Dancer stood for up to $1 million stud fee, which is even like today's money is it's unheard of. And you look at Northern Dancer down through the pages, through Galileo, through most pedigrees, in Australia, through Winks, through everything, they all have that Northern Dancer blood. So it just shows the importance of it. And, what happens at Epsom, it's so relatable around the world, like those Galileo bloodlines, like Galileo won the Derby, he became a great sire. We got Frankel. Frankel is, he's an amazing stallion in Australia. So really what happens tonight at Epsom, which is very good that it's on at a watchable hour in Australia tonight. It's on at 10:30, I believe. I think what happens at Epsom tonight could be a game changer for years to come.
Absolutely. Now, you touched on Auguste Rodin. 2 starts back, got up in the Group 1 Futurity Stakes and put in a fantastic performance there. Now, it wasn't to be at Newmarket. I think he broke both my heart and my bank account on that occasion. Now, can he bounce back tonight?
Aidan's been very happy with the horse in his work at home. The Guineas, obviously the ground wasn't ideal. I think he got a bit of interference from Little Black Bear. And as Aidan has been quoted in saying, you can put a line through that run in the Guineas. So listen, it's a huge ask. It's the Epsom Derby, but Aidan and all the team at Ballydoyle are very happy with the way the horse is. And the ground seems to be in his favour today. And I suppose the Epsom Derby has been the goal for Auguste Rodin. So I suppose we'll know in a couple of hours, but hopefully your bank balance might be better in the morning if that happens.
Fingers crossed. I'll definitely be tuning in. Now, if the dream was to come true, I don't want to tempt fate here. I really hope it does, touch wood. Where would this colt go next? Have you got any idea?
I'd say that the dream would be that if he was to win tonight, I think that the goal is I think he is going to go and try and do what Nijinsky did, in the 60s. I don't think it hasn't been done since then. And I know that Derek and Michael and George Van Opel and all the team, it'd be a historical thing to do. And I think that the aim is truly there to go and try and win the Triple Crown.
Well, we could be witnessing a part of history tonight then, so it could be very, very special. Almost have goosebumps just thinking of it. Now, it's not just Auguste Rodin that you've got in this race. Of course, you have a couple of other runners, one of those being San Antonio, who's been working through his grades really nicely. What are your thoughts on him stepping up to Group 1 level?
Yeah, I think Aidan is very happy with him. I believe Wayne Lorden rides him. And yeah, I think he'd be a place chance. But we have seen the Derby in years gone by. The way it can run. Horses can come down that hill very well and can be hard to catch.
Absolutely. And through the majority of his career, he has raced on slightly softer ground. The track today is good to firm. Are you worried about that at all, or do you think he'll relish it?
I think the ground. I haven't heard that the ground is an issue. So for Adelaide River and San Antonio, I think they're pretty happy with the way they are, and I think that they're chance hopes.
Fantastic stuff. And of course, you have Adelaide River also in a Group 3 last start, but came up against some very, very classy horses. One of those being Arrest, who he'll come up against tonight. What do you think his chances are on turning the table?
I think again he's in the Derby. He's earned his again. Aidan's very happy with him, and I think he has the opportunity to run a very good race as well.
And I think I'm going to know your answer to this, but if you did have to put your money on one of your runners tonight, is it with Auguste Rodin, or would you go for one at a smidge more value?
No, I'd go for Auguste Rodin.
Fantastic stuff. Well, I'm absolutely with you, Tom, and best of luck for tonight. I'll be tuning in. It'll be on Sky 1 at 10:30 p.m. Tom, thank you so much for your time today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No, we look forward to it. Thanks very much.